So, these two apples in this picture look pretty similar, right? They're both red, juicy, and probably taste just like an apple. But what you don't know is that there's a huge difference between these two fruits that changes the lives of hardworking Americans. And that is buying locally grown fruits and vegetables instead of buying them at a big box store. So before we begin, I want to ask you one question. How important is family to you? Is family important to you? Is it important to provide for your future children or your parents when they become sick and when they become old? Providing for your family is one of the most important things that one can do in life. And with the rise of big box stores, farmers are losing their jobs, which means their families aren't thriving as much. And because of this, you should shop at a produce stand instead of a big box store because it supports local family farms. So why is this a problem? Why does this affect you? Well, it not only affects family farmers, but it affects you as well. This problem directly affects family farms. According to the Huffington Post, purchasing fruits and vegetables from farmers markets gives the valuable capital they need to keep operating and providing consumers an alternative to mass-produced foods. The Huffington Post also states that most farmers markets' produce is grown within 100 miles of the market. And that means that farms are a source of local jobs. They're likely to spend money on their produce in the local economy, and it supports community growth. And this affects you greatly. You might not be a family farmer, and you might not have someone in your family who is a farmer, but it affects the local job and the local economy stance in your community. And when that's up, it brings more growth and community to you. So, how does this directly affect you? Well, I want to tell you about an organization called Farm Aid. Farm Aid was organized by Willie Nelson, Neil Young, and John Mellencamp, all musicians, who organized the first Farm Aid concert in 1985 to raise awareness about the loss of family farms and to raise funds to keep farm families on their own land. Dave Matthews, another musician, joined the Farm Aid Board of Directors in 2001. Farm Aid now has raised over $50 million to promote a strong and resilient family farm system of agriculture. And this affects you because they're raising money for this, and it's something that you can donate to as well. Farm Aid is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to keep family farmers on their own land. Willie Nelson, a creator and founder of Farmland, reminds us that American family farms are the backbone of the nation, the first rung on the economic ladder. So when farms thrive, Main Street businesses and local communities also thrive, which is such a beautiful thing. This is also equally important to the economic benefits, is that our family farmers bring personal, social, environmental contributions that they make in our communities. Since family farms are tied to their own land, farmers have invested in economic vibrancy, social well-being, and the ecological health of their community. And as a result, they are natural stewards of the land. As a Christian myself, I believe that we're supposed to be natural stewards of our land, and that this beautiful earth that God has given to us is a gift. And it's also an honor and a responsibility that we have to keep take of this land and to care for this land. So what is the plan of action? What are you supposed to do? Well, I'm going to put it simply, and that's simply buy local. If you buy local, it'll create a chain of people who do so. Post on Facebook, post on Instagram. Tell people that you're not going to go to Walmart to buy your broccoli. You're going to go somewhere else to buy your broccoli. Tell people that you're not going to go to Target to buy your bag of apples. You're going to go to the local family farm to buy your apples. Maybe even pick your apples with your family. So what happens if we do this? What type of utopia is going to be created? And I want to answer this question through a video from the Texas Farm Bureau about what a utopia of family farmers would look like in America.
Faith, family, farming. That's the Westerfeld family. 3 brothers, 20 kids, a legacy for generations in the making.
Well, I'm 52, so I told somebody the other day I farmed 50 years. The place where I live and my one brother lives, it was bought in about 1900 by my grandfather, and he started farming it, and my dad farmed it, and we farm it, and our kids are farming it.
David and his family live near Crawford. They farm in both Coryell and McLennan counties, growing mainly corn, but also wheat and a little milo. When harvest time comes, it's a family affair. Everyone pitches in, from cutting the corn to driving the grain buggies to filling the grain bins, all working together. When evening comes, they gather around the table, wherever they are, fathers, sons, daughters, and cousins, sharing a meal and enjoying each other.
25, 30 years ago, my mother started bringing out food, and then my wife started, and as other brothers got married, they started helping. Now we have daughter-in-laws helping, and we just kind of make it a family affair, come out and sit down in the evening and eat. Sometimes we try to keep a combine or 2 going, sometimes we just stop and eat.
After watching that video, I hope you understand why it's so important to buy locally. Buying locally is one of the most important things you can do. And you should shop at a produce stand. You should shop at a produce stand because it helps economically, it helps your community grow, and lastly, it helps a family just like yours put food on the table every single night. Thank you.